single time. All right, we should be good. We are back. Back to reality. Whoop. All right, we're back. Okay, we are now in the Horizon stream. Hey, Gusta, long time no see. I love jokes. It's good. Okay, I do need to change my my input. I have it connected to the Switch and I need to connect it to the PlayStation. I gotta connect it to the PlayStation. So ちょっと待ってくださいよ。ちょっと待ってくださいよ. Yeah, okay. And then I will pin that for you, Toon Boy. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And let's get the PlayStation cooked up. Cooked up? What? Jahara? What? Okay. You know what? I'm glad we watched that together. I appreciated that. Thank y'all for watching that with me. Arigato, arigato. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just going to switch over the thing. My forehead shiny? It's kind of shiny. Okay. Were y'all looking at my sword collection? Stop! Okay. Oop, and we're all hooked up. The plushies actually, nice. The 3 babies that are right here were from the game show that I was just on. Although we're still missing Ghastly, who's over here. And then Auroras and Amara, who are sitting on the side over here, in case you didn't see them. But they're still here. Where'd you get the Ditto plushie? From the Pokemon Center online. Pokemon Center online. Pokemon Center online. Which is where I get all of my plushies. I'm a big fan of the really, really soft ones. The Comfy Friends line from Pokemon. So like Leafeon is a Comfy Friends. Eevee's a Comfy Friends. Ditto's a Comfy Friends. They're the ones that are like super plush. Highly recommend. You can buy them at like conventions where they resell them, but they usually resell them for like $100. On the Pokemon Center, they're $40. So I'd recommend waiting till they restock on the Pokemon Center if you ever can't find something. Hello, Gerald. I'm super happy. Today will be a fantastic stream. Yesterday you were unstoppable. Thank you. When they go off sale, people will sell them because they know people will buy them, and people don't know. I just came from YouTube. I had no idea you're on Twitch. Yeah, I'm an original Twitch streamer. I'm also an ambassador. Your girl's also a Twitch ambassador, if you didn't know. I'm not just a YouTube girly. I'm a brand new YouTube girly, but I'm OG for myself on Twitch. Okay, I was like, why does it sound so quiet? It's just really quiet. Okay. I'm going to turn off that desktop audio. I'm going to increase the audio for the game screen there. You're just in time. I'm so pumped for this. Caught up too early and had to wait for a whole 2 days. 2! What shows are you watching currently? I'm not watching a whole lot of TV lately. We just finished watching Mall. Which was fantastic. And then I'm watching this Korean drama called When Life Gives You Tangerines. Ignore the Baldur's Gate 3 sound. I also have Baldur's Gate 3 on my PlayStation. Just ignore that. Okay. Let's head on in. I'm recording. Again, I ended the recording and restarted the recording. Okay? Someone being like, I hear Baldur's Gate 3. Shh. You've got a great ear, Eldor. You've got a great ear. Jamon. We're here. Hi, James. Oh, stretch break. I could use one. Thank you, Kale. I'll take one. Oh. Also, it's important to note that you guys didn't seem to notice, but there is a Bidoof plushie up there as well. And I looked back at him and he seemed, his feelings were hurt because nobody mentioned him. So, Bidoof. Okay. Bidoof. Your top is so pretty. Oh, thank you. Mendez, thank you. You did amazing on that stream. Thank you. I actually almost lost it. Where do you get Pokemon cards? Usually my local card shops, but also sometimes card conventions on the weekend. Hi, Ghosting. Welcome in. Baldur's Gate 0 Dawn. I tend to buy singles. I don't like to rip packs anymore because of how expensive packs have gotten. I usually just collect singles. Like I'll go to like card shops and conventions and like find like little things that I want to collect. So yeah, I'm someone who collects singles rather than ripping packs. I used to rip packs, but they're just so hard to get a hold of these days. And when you try and buy them third party, yeah, they've hiked up the prices so much it's ridiculous. So I mostly buy singles. All right, let's pop in. I'm not really sure, Romo. Let me take a look at where we're at and we'll see what we're gonna do. Now, let me take a look at where we're at and let me see what the last thing we did. I think the last thing we did was tall neck. I'm not sure. But also, I collect exclusively vintage girly pop or IRs and SIRs. So really, I don't need to be ripping packs because the likelihood that you're going to get one of those is pretty low. And it's especially disappointing when you've paid triple, 5 times, 10 times the price, you know? Okay, so let's see. Let's move away from this. Oh, I remember! Y'all, remember? We went and we got the thing. We got the body part so that we could get the armor. I was like, what are we doing back in the town? I was like, why are we back in Meridian? We went and we found the merchant who sold the body part so that we could use the body part to buy the armor that we want. That's what we're doing here. I was like, what are we doing here? I remember now. And then we sold some stuff, so we should have enough shards to actually buy. Yeah, we have 948. We are going to be certifiably Po after this purchase. But we will be rich in fashion. Rich in fashion, but certifiably Po. We just have to find a merchant that will sell it to us, which shouldn't be too hard. But let's see where we need to go first off. And see if we can find a merchant that's near where we're trying to head to, you know? Yeah, we definitely... Oh, you're right. My stream software is showing. What is that? Thank you for mentioning it. What is that? Oh, it's the PC game. LOL. Thank you. I was like, what is that? There you go. All fixed. Y'all are the sweetest. Memories. Okay. So we're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. I changed the category on Twitch. All right. Shake it off. Let's go. Where are we headed? Yeah, I've been live literally all day at this point. I've been live all day. I'm tired. So it looks like we have main story up here if we're going to go to Sunfall, which we got pretty darn close. So currently it says evidence indicates that the facility where Elisabet Sobeck worked on Project Zero Dawn lies buried beneath the Citadel. And that's the Citadel. We got really close to it. Look at that. We could teleport all the way here and then basically make it. And we managed to also get this tall neck down here. So we got all of the tall necks. So we just have to find a good merchant. We just have to find a good merchant real quick. So let's pop that open. And let's see if maybe there's one near where we are. If I'm by... This merchant sells hunting goods. There's so many merchants in town, but like trying to navigate which of these merchants will actually... By the way, I think machine resources is the one that I was looking for. Not to sell. Okay. Flower collectibles, mystery boxes, vessel collectibles. This one has hunting goods. Okay, so... Let's just head that way. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll have y'all know, I already drank an entire one of these today. I know. I know. Crazy. Proud of me as well. We're trying out here. Give me 1 second. Okay, all set. Let's see. We're going to head to the... No, merchant. Okay, we're going to the flag icon. I'm really bad at navigating Meridian. Beam, beam, beam. Yeah, I know, Frosty. I turned it on purpose. If we're lucky... here he is. Maybe? Yes, this is the right guy. Okay. So, we came to buy outfits. Please tell me I have what I need. I paid a lot to have what I need. Okay. We want it to be purple. Here we go. This is the one I'm looking for. Is the Nora Silent Hunter Heavy. The Nora Silent Hunter Heavy. Also, you know what I'm realizing? There we go. I was like, I'm covering up the stuff. There we go. I was on the wrong screen. Okay, so Nora Silent Hunter Heavy. 800 shards and 1 Bellowback heart, which we purchased. Equip. Yes! I'm so excited. I've been wanting this one this entire playthrough so far. Yay! We're going to be so silent. I'm so excited. All right, now that we have that out of the way and we're poor. Move. Okay. Now that that's out of the way and we are extremely poor, let's head to the story. We came all the way down here just to get that so we could have it before we got to the story. So we can go here and then we can run the rest of the way. Also, there are broadheads if we want to like ride someone on the way up there, you know? But we're going to go here. I'm using my Switch controls. I'm so sorry. My brain is on Switch right now. That's why I keep backing out when I mean to confirm. All right. Boing, 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 doo, 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 doo. Oh. We've made it. Oh. There's that tall neck that we found. We also only need half a level before we get 3 skill points, which we need for our next set of skills. which I'm really not sure what I'm going to do. There's the quiet sprint, but that's exciting. There's the triple shot. I don't think so. Fighting back, heavy spear attacks deal increased damage when Aloy's health is low. No, I don't think so. There's dodge prowess, me. There's strike from below. Also good. But then there's the strong strike. I think I want to do strong strike. 30% increase on the silent strike would be so clutch for the way that I fight in this game. All right. Now that we have that, let's head here. That is the way we're going, right? Yeah, it says go to Sunfall. All right, here we go. Well, let's actually head for right here. I say we just run on foot for now. Ooh, looks like I'm going to need a lot more herbs on the way. So we'll just run and pick. Thank you for resubscribing, Lou. I appreciate y'all. We made it to 13 subs today. Thank you so much for always helping me hit 15. Is that a camp?
Sunfall.
Oh.
The Mad King Duran's summer palace. A bulwark of Carja might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this, Aloy.
That's what I'm hoping.
So the Carja are here. That can't be safe. Well, the Shadow Carja. But that's never stopped us before. Ooh, there's some side quests here too. Oh, it is a whole camp.
We should appreciate these brief moments of sunshine.
Okay, we're safe. I'd be checking for orange every time.
They can call it a ceasefire.
Okay.
Super will start us out plain and simple.
Please enjoy. Do the dishes. Proud of you for doing the dishes, Az. Okay. Look at this. I was not expecting like an actual like kind of village here. This really differs from Meridian in its grandioseness. Well, actually just out here. In terms of what's outside of like, you know, the Carja or something, but they know how to build because dang. Let's go.
The only thing this ceasefire will accomplish is prolonging our exile.
Okay, we've made it. Right? Ooh, children playing. Yay. Okay. Look at this. Go to the Citadel courtyard, it says. Okay. Oof, okay. We have to find our way under the city, apparently. I know, the architecture's stunning. Like, just look at these handrails. Oh my goodness. Another... Ooh. Oh, cutscene. Okay, is this voluntarily that we were doing this? Oh my god, I've never seen that thing. Aloy doesn't...
The proud tradition of the Carja.
It's not like this in Meridian. At least, from the room.
Give them time. I'm sure they must.
A sun ring. I bet you Aloy would kill at that. Actually, no, I take that back. I don't want to do it. I don't volunteer. No, thank you. I feel like I just jinxed myself. Oh, God. Okay. We need to go up this way. I haven't been here in a while. Do we know what Project Dodon actually is yet? No. But you actually were here last time, Pip. It just hasn't been that... I haven't... Oh.
Was entirely successful.
Guess we'll find out.
What are you talking about? Did I crash the network or not?
In theory, all should be well.
In theory, he said. I did a lot of work for in theory. But no, we just haven't been streaming this game because of just life. So you are caught up. I don't think you've missed much. Okay, here's another.
Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. In the meantime, circulate.
Okay. This is so interesting. Nope, there was no stream last Thursday. At least I don't think so. Just one last Thursday was when Ramsey got out of school. Or maybe that was the stream before. Or maybe there was? I don't remember all of a sudden.
If you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out here.
Ah, Thursday was the game show. That's why, yeah. I was like, it's been a couple weeks, actually.
What are you waiting around
Okay,
for?
now we have to enter the Citadel. Time is just going by crazy, though. My memory's also horrible. It's been a week. It's been 2, because I didn't stream the Thursday before that because Ramsey got out of school. And that whole Thursday I took off, Toon Boy. So it's been at least 2 weeks then. So I'm glad we even remember what we were doing.
Boost morale in Sunfall. The sun knows we need it.
It's crazy that we're able to just like walk in here freely. I realize the focus network is down, but like, who am I? Do they care?
Faster.
Just entering the palace at this point.
By the glory of the sun revealed.
Look at that hat.
Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King. The light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law.
Oh, it's a child.
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
I don't like that.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty. Don't you?
Ooh, Batty!
Love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Not only did the wretch
Love your face.
You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green
Okay.
tent down in Shadowside. I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
and in doing so demonstrated wanton disregard for the safety
We both know
of
you're
the
no killer for
king's
hire.
subjects.
Uthid is innocent. So come see me
Forth then
while there's still time to save him.
to the will of the sun.
So,
I'm interested.
the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel, gotta see the sun ring.
I want to see. No, it's a side quest. Dang
They
it.
want us to see this, boy. It makes quite an impression.
Also, this is really sad. So they placed a boy on the throne, and we're like, "This is the Sun King," and he's like, I command as the Sun Child King that you get to do all of the stuff." And he's like, "You heard what this kid said. The one true Sun King said that I have authority." Oh yeah, that's legitimate for sure.
I hope Bahavas knows what he's doing. Bringing
Absolutely. Grand balcony, like here. We're definitely not exploiting a child here. Absolutely.
Insane.
Hardly.
Is it?
They're going to see me.
Yeah, they are.
You underestimate the ease of hiding in plain sight.
Then why aren't you here? I am wearing my sneakiest outfit, though.
If you're gonna watch some slaughter, this is the place to do it.
Probably shouldn't greet anybody.
You worry me, boy.
Where am I supposed to be going?
Outlanders.
Climb down? Climb down?
The balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
Oh, you were so joking.
Your soldier delivered my rations today. When I asked about the order,
Short drop. Be so for real. It is Lance Reddick, yes.
we weed out traitors. So at least I'm safe.
I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna do this right. I'm gonna take direction well. Which way should I be jumping from? Okay. Alright, I'm just nobody look at me, I guess. Nobody's gonna notice me jumping off of this. This is insane. I'm embarrassed at this point. I'm jumping all over their heads. I'm jumping literally all over their heads right now. Climb down. I'm trying. Okay. They really don't see me, huh? Okay. Excuse me. I'm mad at you.
These are desperate times.
Like... Ah, here we go. Oh! Okay. Subtle, thank you. I don't think anybody noticed. Alright, here we go. Oh, crap. Oh, shoot. Oh, God. Okay. I think we're doing fine. Nailed it. Just how I planned. Excellent. Yeah. This is excellent. Perfect. Graceful like a magic art. I think I did exactly what I came here to do. Crushed it. Hashtag no bully. Skyrim jumping for the win. Where there's a will, there's a way. So good. I made it, okay? Listen. I made it. Also, I'm turning off the cloud bot because she'd be getting me today. Hold on. Whew. Oh my god, so good. I love that. That was a fun time. Alright, I'm just gonna temporarily turn the YouTube bot off real quick. Alright, now it's dark. Alright.
Other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
Is this down or? This feels a little too high to be down, personally. Nope. Okay. Alright. I know, I can imagine Silence being like, dear God. He said what? Others, okay. But, in other words, is there anyone down here? Behemoth, cute. Not my favorite thing I've ever heard. I can examine.
You've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
That's in universe.
Tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
Yes, Queen. That is in game, in universe speak for if you got some side quests you need to be doing, you need to have those done. Okay? I'm sorry, chat. It's so dark. Oh my god. Let's see if I don't just murder myself again. They're like, what? I want to go save the boy. I want to go save the boy. No, Aloy, this way. Okay. Let's, round two. Round two. Oh god, okay. I'm clearly not good at platforming. Oh, here's my question for you. Hold on. Hopping hand sign on. Can I still save the boy if I do this first? It's important to me. Yes? You can? Cool. Okay, then we don't have to wait. He scared me with the, like, make sure you get it all set. You're all set. I'm like, I worry about that because, like, you know, sometimes certain things are time locked in games, and I didn't know if it was going to set me into a time. Girl, what are you doing? Aloy, what are you doing? Aloy, please. Aloy, please. Okay, okay. Oh, God. I'm defying gravity. No! Alright, cool. We can go then. I could probably use some more herbs, but it's too late for that, so let's go. Let's go. I will go back, because I love him. And because that lady was cool.
Down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels, only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure, as year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage East. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the Earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
So much.
For identiscan.
I love how, like, we're, like, straight up in the cutscenes here.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. Malfunction.
Oh, malfunction.
Malfunction. Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elisabet Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Oh, she just said it.
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
To be honest, no. Okay.
Emergency venting.
Because I don't know what that means, and I feel like we're going to be in trouble for doing that. Like, what are we venting?
I underestimated you. So by now,
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. I figured they might notice something.
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Tell him.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Dang, we can't even explore in silence. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so excited! Let's do this, y'all. Hi, Drew. Thank you for subscribing. Let's go. All right, y'all. Do you have your snacks? Are you locked in? Let's go.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Shut up, dude.
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
All right, first lore, first lore. Another incident. Text mail, okay. Another incident, data point, quests. From lounge staff to admin. Subject, another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, for example. Security staff who can subdue enraged embryologist, for example. Dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. I'd never thought I would see the phrase enraged embryologist. That doesn't feel good. Okay. Thank you, Jude, for gifting subs people so they don't get it. Okay. You're good, Bionic. You don't need to give me extra info. Let your girl read. Alright, okay. As someone who's never played this game, this is crazy. We're getting there. Just lock in for the ride. It's fun time. Alright, that was just the first one. Let's go. There's one over here, too. Okay. Here we go. Data point quests, reception staff to admin. Subject, we need support too. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD, Zero Dawn, candidates when they arrive at this facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. The language bots are not sufficient. And mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails? So, I'm learning that whatever it is, Project Zero Dawn is bringing in candidates for Project Zero Dawn who don't know what's happening to them and are borderline, if not completely hysterical. Okay. They're giving me medicine. That's scary. Okay.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
A waiting room. So that was the reception area, and this is... Wow, look. Presumably like a waiting room like at a doctor's office or a hospital. Okay. There's one here. Let's start with this one. Text mail. From the lounge staff to admin. Subject, soundproofing? Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Okay. Wow. So they're like, hey, I don't know if it's like good for them to hear the screaming and crying coming from the candidates that are in there while they're waiting. We should probably stop that. Not the screaming and crying, just their ability to hear it, actually. Okay. This is giving DMV vibes, right? Like here. Like where you go to buy your birth certificate. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe a little bit less screaming and crying, but not that much. Okay. Hello, Patridge. Welcome in. Restock or else. From lounge staff to admin. Subject, restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of the organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Please respond. And this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes. Okay? Lounge staff is losing it. They are slowly losing it. They're fighting their own kind of battle in here. All right, let's look around.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Nope, don't like that. Just gonna take a peek around, make sure we didn't miss anything. Let's go. I'm really worried about the screaming and crying.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Okay. Initiating playback. Let's watch.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough.
Right.
The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why.
Okay, they're cutting to the
By
case.
the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable.
I hear the crying now, yeah, and the screaming for sure.
No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm.
Right.
But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms,
right, of course,
cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months.
Okay.
Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it.
Chill.
Waiting for something to eat.
Okay.
This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why?
Why?
One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here.
Okay.
Zero Day. The day that life on Earth ceases to exist is coming fast.
0 day.
It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elisabet Sobeck to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
He's not Harris, out. Yeah, I understand the screaming and the crying. Okay. So once...
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elisabet saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Oh my god, I'm so intrigued. Oh no. What is it? Is it cloning? Did we like relegate a bunch of humans underground to have babies? But they said there would be no Earth to reclaim. So it has to be more in depth than that. What's going on? And why do they need multiple candidates? I wonder if only one person can do it, or if they need a lot of people.
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Dang it!
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
What the heck? Where'd they go? What the? Where'd they go? They're interrupting my lore session! Huh, there they are. Oop. Where are you going, Dave? Uh-oh. Oop. Too late. When I'm brinny beanie, blah, blah, blah. Whoopsies. They saw me. It's dark in here. How am I supposed to know? There's so much lore in here and they're wasting my time. Oh god, he's got one of the big things, doesn't he? Yeah, he's a heavy. Alright.
They're giving up.
I can't see this son of a gun. There's too much stuff in the way. What the? It's a wall. That's so annoying! Okay. I can't get up on him though. He's got an explodey. Alright. Let's see where this goes. Fun. Kind of confused what this might have been used for, but fun. Ooh.
Let this strike die.
I'm gonna die. I'm done.
We're too close to
Got him.
Primitive stop us now. The data points. What do they contain?
I don't want this. Get away from me. Okay. I don't know. Just give me a second. Oh my goodness. He wasted my resources. Okay. Anyway, now let me get an idea of where we are. Okay, we entered from here. Before we get to the viewing room, let's see if we can catch as much info in here as possible. I think we picked up a couple things. Hi, Wishy Washy. Welcome in. Oh. I think we picked up a couple things in there, but I'm not sure. I think it would be in the notebook. Data points. Did we discover any lore? Not quite. Not quite. We're in the middle of discovering lore, but the shadow cards are kind of got in the way. I wish I had kept track of what we were picking up. Okay. The last one we read was from the lounge staff, right? Okay. Reception staff and the lounge staff. Shadow cards would be like that sometimes. Hi, Lex. How are you? Also, welcome in, Yuki. And hello. An interview data point. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to turn this on so you'll know I'm serious. I was busy. Yeah, thank you, Rain Dans. I was like, I didn't notice what they were, but I realized we picked some stuff up. It's an interview data point. There's the text data points. There's just like so many. I'm like, I have no idea which one it might have been. Was it a text data point? Travis Tate interview. I'm just slacking off at work. Welcome in. Audio? Was it audio? Okay, thank you. Okay. Interview Captain Okilo. And then y'all said Travis Tate was another one. Oh, so Okilo was one? Let's listen to this one first then. Ready?
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Hi, honey. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you. Thank you. Got it. Sorry, y'all. Family stuff. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to listen to that again. Not because I didn't understand it, because I want to listen to it again.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
So we kidnapped her and brought her here.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot
I don't like the
conflict.
Chancellor's tone of voice, by the way.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
That does explain why people that arrive are hysterical, because they've been kidnapped and brought here with
As
zero
your General
information.
Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
She is serious. All right, that was Okilo. And y'all said the other one was Brad and the other one was Travis. Oh, also, let me look at what that was. Hold on. Interview, Captain Okilo, voice recording, Canada interview. Okay. Here we go. Interview, Travis Tate.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So, Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bubble serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
This man's chill.
A
Okay.
tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
That's a
I believe
sentence.
Dr. Sobeck listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee,
I'm sorry?
conflict cappuccino.
I'm sorry, what?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just...
He's like, I hate this man. Please leave. Okay. Totally different vibes than Captain Okilo. Totally different vibes than Captain Okilo. Got it. I got it. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. And then interview Brad Andak. No scrolling for this one.
previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the Chariot Line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No. I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
This is an interesting perspective as well. From someone who helped build all of this. What's funny is Ted is one of those people. He didn't help build it, but he's been part of it. He hasn't shown nearly as much remorse as this man is showing in this single set of conversation. Right. I agree. I like that. I like that rephrasing. When you're first like, there's no limits, right? And the way that they don't rephrase it. It's just like the tone change where limits is first sent is just like the possibilities are endless. And then the rephrase means like there was nothing that like the danger in that. The first phrase is like the hope that you felt and there's no limits. And then the realization of danger and there were no limits. Like, that voice actor delivered that perfectly. He did such a good job. Just crazy. It's more like coffee at this point is a highly valuable and rare commodity and such as the criminal elements use violent. Cool. Good to know. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. Great job, because I felt the remorse. Me too. Okay, that's what we found so far. It's not even everything. Let's keep going. Okay. We found it while searching, while in here, so let's just... I think we just picked them up by walking past them, weirdly enough. So let's make sure... Let's go throughout the whole tunnel. All right, let's try and keep track so I don't miss any data points. Let's see. These look like hospital beds with robot arms around them. And there's several all around this one mechanism. Oh my gosh. What were they doing in here? Interview, Ron Felder.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious.
Colony
and
ship?
It's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since 57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
That's an interesting theory he's got. He thinks we're gonna. He thinks we're going for the Ark. He thinks we're going for the Ark. Interesting. Hey guys, can you do me a favor? Let's not like create... Careful, I don't know too much about what's happening yet, so let's try and keep our explanations for other people out of the chat before I actually get a chance to find out what's happening and create my own conclusions based on what's happening. Thank you. Just reminding you, this is your girl's first playthrough, and this is as far as I've gotten so far, so like let's... You know, you can head to the Discord or somewhere and talk about it, but like let's not get too in-depth there. I'm avoiding reading some of the messages in chat because I'm realizing they're getting a little in-depth, maybe a little bit past where I'm at. Alright, I just gotta make sure. Oh, the helping hand sign is still on. My bad, let me turn that off. Thank you. Okay. No, I don't have a question. I just never turned it off. I mean, he was freaking out, for sure, which makes sense. Did I get this one? Got another one. Here we go.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here.
Oh, this is this one. Okay, okay, okay.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of...
Okay. That's the one that we passed by before that I didn't realize I'd even gotten. Okay, here we go. Oh, this one's text. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Counselor guidelines. Text data points. Quests. For debriefing after presentation 1. Candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. What is the necessary time one needs to fully absorb the information that the world is doomed and humanity is going to go extinct in 16 months? An hour? 2? 20 minutes? We're kind of on a time crunch, so I feel like they didn't give them enough time, you know? It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. Right, of course. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh Plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm, addendum B1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbitable lunar or undersea structures, addenda C1, C2, C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. Okay, so essentially, we're not doing nuclear war. We've already looked at that one. And we are not going to maintain life in any sort of orbital, close to the moon space, or undersea structure. So we can already cross those off as things that they decided to try. Okay. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Jesus. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed at presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. I don't know what that looks like, but okay. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted. So this is just training for basically the counselors that we've been hearing in the interviews. Okay. Let's try this one. Interview. Suzanne Alpert.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East response team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor.
Words.
I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Okay.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction.
Right.
The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
I feel like she's been not the most chill so far. That was definitely Travis. But pretty chill. Not the most upset in comparison. Captain Olive, or whatever, was definitely the most about the business, right? She was very, you know, by the book, like, you better tell me what's going on. Travis was like, hey, drop me a beer and let's have a chit chat, right, you know? And then the other guy was having a panic attack, which, you know, rightfully so. Not that I would be here, but if I were here, that would probably be a bit me. So, hold on. Eyeballs. Honestly, Horizon Zero Dawn always knows when I need like a break, and they're like, here, have some. Okay, so here's the entrance. We found that. We're gonna do our best. Okay. All right.
Full already.
Let's keep looking. Ooh. There's these. Okay. Interview. Tom Peach.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them?
Yeah.
Not just people. All organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pake wants a word.
Pake.
Now, get off! Get off! Doc, please, you get Ted Pharaoh in here!
You know what? I actually agree with that response the most. He's the first person who's like, where is the man responsible for this actual abomination that's happening right now? I have a word. I'm actually surprised that's the first time we've heard someone have such an angry response. I mean, Dr. Sobeck was definitely angry, but in terms of the interview candidates, that was very real. I respect that. Okay. Let's see the next one. There's Travis. We already got Travis. There was Brad. Okay, so that's where I picked up Travis and Brad when I was looking around. I really don't want to move through until I'm absolutely sure I got all of them. Okay. We got that one. Hold on, let me open this up and take a look. Girl. The switch, okay. Okay, so... Interview, Tom Peck, Travis Tate, Brad Andak, Ron Felder, Captain Okilo, Suzanne Alpert. I don't remember Ron's. Let's listen.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's
Oh, this is this
obvious.
guy's.
And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational...
Right, okay. Cool, okay. Let me do this real quick. Just like a quick little lookable out. Just a quick little look about, even though Aloy walks very slowly. Oh, that's right, there's a ladder. Let's go up the ladder. Heck yeah. Lollipop. Let's see what's up here. Yes! Another one. Let's listen. Interview Dr. Tsu Wei.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian.
Ooh.
I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Interesting. So not just scientists. Also, I'm glad that someone finally said it. Because I was thinking about the fact that, like, people would break down because they're like, I know people who joined Operation Enduring Victory. You're telling me in this room right now that they're going to die? That it was all a lie? I have many gears turning. The gears there very much turning. But I'm glad that someone actually, like, said that one. Like, there's a lot of thoughts that someone would have hearing this information, and they couldn't possibly cover them all, but I thought they covered quite a few interesting perspectives and letting us know who is who. A historian, a scientist, a criminal bounty hunter. It's so interesting. Probably would have been nice to come up here to kill them, by the way. But okay. Alright. I think we can go now. Let's go. This way. Oh. So interesting. Right? Like, if you knew people that were in it, oh my goodness. It's so cerebral. So interesting. I've never had a story, like, unravel itself like this. Okay, they said once we were mentally stable, we could go to the next viewing platform. I never see the ladders and everything's already dead. Mood. I was sitting on my hands. You're welcome, Anna.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Uh-oh.
Elisabet Sobeck.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere.
AI versus
An
AI?
immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life.
Haiti?
We call it Gaia.
Bat?
Mother Nature as an AI. But
The
that's
Great
just
Mother.
the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions.
Okay.
Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good.
0 + 60 years.
How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stocks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
We're the machines! It's us!
So, the whole Earth destroyed.
Born from embryos? Farms?
Remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elisabet did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
Yeah.
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
I hate when the answers just make more questions. Oh my gosh, what? This is a bajillion more questions I have now. I don't feel even a little bit clearer than I was a few minutes ago. I feel more confused. In fact, which is glorious. How have they done this? This is beautifully written. That face when your answers are questions. That's the juiciest of teas. Okay. I'm gonna break it down. If y'all can be careful not to give me any extra information beyond what I've been given here. Okay? But let me just break it down for my own sake to make sure that I'm understanding this and so that you know that I'm understanding this. Okay? So, the Pharaoh plague. Pharaoh created all of these robots. He gave them the ability to build themselves and fuel themselves for military purposes, essentially, right? However, there was a glitch that was noticed too late, and the glitch was them detaching from our control, from the Pharaoh control, from the network, so that they began to go rogue. Essentially, they could no longer be controlled by humans, and they couldn't be destroyed because, unfortunately, they could rebuild and refuel entirely on their own. And so that glitch spread, creating what is now known as the Pharaoh plague, which was said to, by the time it was discovered, destroy all bio life on Earth within 16 months. You're good, Toon Boy. People can confirm. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to be like no or anything, but like you can just follow along. Just follow along. Okay. So 16 months. So Ted Pharaoh brings in Elisabet Sobeck, who had worked with him in the company when it was first created to help build environmentally save robots, right? And then as soon as he started turning towards war, Elisabet was like, no, thank you, deuces. I'm going to go make my own company for environment stuff. And she was like, later. And he was like, who needs you anyways, you dumb, right? But then he came crawling back to her like the little worm he is and was like, Elisabet, I made a oopsie. Help me. Right. He was like, please, I'll stop suing you. I'll stop suing you if you can make all of this go away. And she was like, all of what go away? And he handed her the situation and she was like, you dumb, stupid, idiot man. I can't fix this. You literally just caused the apocalypse. Like, I leave your company for like 10 years and you cause the apocalypse? Are you joking, Ted? Apocalypse? And he's like, yeah, but like, it's just like a little apocalypse. And I didn't mean to, right? And he's like, can you fix it? And she's like, no. But like, let me go see what I can do anyway, because I'm freaking smart. So she leaves, right? And he comes back. And she comes back and she's like, listen, here is the proposition that I have for you. And he was like, no, I don't like the proposition. It is bad. And she's like, oh, that's so funny. I wasn't asking. And he was like, whimper, whimper, whine, whine, tail between his legs, pee in the corner, right? So then she went to do what she's going to do. And step one, you know, you can have a little apocalypse before, just as a treat. Just a little apocalypse. Yeah, so then she went on her way and she was like, okay, listen, leaders of the world is ending. We can't stop it. But I do have a plan called Project Zero Dawn, and I need time to execute this plan. And they're like, cool, what do you want us to do about that? And she was like, I want you to tell everybody that we should fight the robots as a way to make time for me to finish this plan. And they were like, okay, how are we going to convince everybody to fight the robots? Because they're like, I don't know if you've seen them, but they're like super freaking scary. And they like turn people into slushies from like Happy Hour at Sonic. And she was like, yeah, so I want you to tell them that if they do it, it'll like save the world. Like Project Zero Dawn will save the world and everything will go back to normal. And they're like, yeah, but according to my notes here, that's not going to happen. So wouldn't we be lying to them? And she's like, oh my God, have a cookie. You guys are so smart. Yes, we'll be lying to everybody. They actually won't save the world and they will be having somewhat useless sacrifices and they'll be dying. But the only way we can convince them to go do that really scary thing is by lying to them. So that's what you're going to go do. So she gave that to the guy, the Dennis Harris guy, right? And the military guy, went and he told everybody, Project Enduring Victory, in which we must fight the robot Pharaoh plague. Hashtag F Ted Pharaoh, right? Don't put it in the chat. We don't like the cursing, but you know, hashtag Ted Pharaoh sucks. Let's go with that. And yeah, so then while they were all doing that, they being the soldiers and the people, the civilians, everything, they started kidnapping, essentially, people from various expertise around the world, scientists, biologists, doctors, historians, the brightest minds from everything that they could find, right? From every person that they could find. And they weren't like, hey, we have a question for you. They were like, we actually don't have time to ask them if they want to help, so we're just going to kidnap them. So they kidnapped them and they brought them to the facility and they were like, hi, welcome to the facility. Would you like a water? And then they would be like, I don't want a water. I want to know why I'm here. You kidnapped me and you can't do this. And they're like, oh, no water? A sedative? All right, so they've ordered a sedative instead of a water. And then they would sedate them. And then once they were calmer, they would take them into the lounge room. Okay. And take them into the lounge room, chill, which was before the really bad newsroom, we'll call it, right? And people in the lounge room could hear screaming and crying from the really bad newsroom. Why? Because people in the really bad newsroom were learning that Project Enduring Victory was actually a big lie and we weren't enduring anything. We were, because we were all going to die and the world was going to end as we know it. The biosphere, everything, the ocean, the ground, the land, it was all going by. Thank you, Toonboy, for gifting us up to Ted Sucks So Much. Right? Okay. T. So that's what we learned. And then they would give them some time, an indiscriminate amount of time, to absorb that information, stop crying, wipe their nose, get it together. And then the counselor would be like, so, do you have any questions? And the counselors were trained and equipped to field all of the questions from these people about why they were here. Kind of. They wouldn't tell them what Zero Dawn was, but they were like, how do you feel about the world ending and that all of your loved ones are actually fighting a futile fight and are probably dying right now as you're sitting here with me? And then if they said bad and started freaking out, then they sedated them and tried again later. So then they learned a little Pavlov moment to not scream and yell, because then they get sedated. So then once they felt like they were chill, they brought them here, where Elisabet then told them about Project Zero Dawn, which is essentially, yes, the world is going to end in its entirety, but what you and me are going to do while everybody else is out there dying is that we're going to build this big repopulate the earth program called Gaia. I love the use of the Greek and Roman mythology with the naming of all of the systems. And Gaia is the Mother Earth AI system, also fighting AI with AI. That already gave me bad feelings, but you know, right? Mother Earth system, and it's going to essentially, once the robots have finished eating everything and go dormant, it's going to use all itself and everything that we built for it to repopulate the earth, not only with greenery, life, water. It has all these systems named after the various gods that will then even add back animals, which we've seen. The animals are there. And then even get to a part where it adds back humans. It's going to born the humans again. Gaia's a mother, the mother of all of the humans, just embryos. We're just going to birth a bunch of babies. I really want to understand. I want to learn more about the system. Who raises the babies if all of the babies are born at once? Don't answer these questions. To be clear, don't answer these questions. But these are my questions that I'm having now. At what rate do you birth the babies? Who raises the babies? Are the first babies raised by robots? Then when the babies get like old enough, do you birth more babies and the babies take care of the babies? Like the toddlers take care of the babies, the teenagers take care of the babies, or the adults take care of the babies? Robot nanny? When do the babies get to leave and go out on the surface? Anyway, so they're going to birth the babies after they put the grass and the water and the animals back. And then the next thing was to give them Apollo, which was going to tell them everything that happened with the previous human race, so that they know what happened and so that they don't do it again. And that's as far as we've gotten so far. But we have learned, well, there's people here, so the babies must have been birthed. So that's cool. And there's glass and there's water and there's animals. So all of those were birthed too. But we don't seem to know about our predecessors and what happened exactly. We do seem to have, there is the Nora who do have a healthy fear of technology, which seems about right. But nobody seems to be really as in the know as Dr. Sobeck presented it to be. Like, she was like, everyone's going to know what happened. And I feel like nobody knows what happened. So there's an issue there. And then we also have Hades, who is not giving Gaia. But I'm also now seeing the tie-in with the Hades and the Persephone and the Apollo and the Demeter and then the Hades. Yeah, okay. Greek mythology, love that. They used it so well. So Hades. How did Hades show up? He was not on the list. He was not on the list. He was not invited. So why is Hades here? Where is Gaia? What went wrong and when did it go wrong? Also, I'm pretty sure that thing said 0 + 60 years. And this has not been confirmed. So don't confirm it for me yet. Or even if it has, don't clarify. I'm not looking for clarifications. I'm going to figure it out on my own time. It's been longer than that. I assume like plus 60 years is like when we were going to get started, and time would probably take a while. But I still feel like this is longer than projected. So, you know? Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. Okay. But also, that's not at all what I thought the project was going to be. Can I give you some of my thoughts as far as like what I've learned so far? I was kind of with the dude. I thought we were getting more like underground arcs sort of vibes. Like I thought we were doing more Fallout 1999 or whatever it's called, where like we are like, we're going to create a bunch of tribes underground and y'all are going to live underground for the next however long and get busy and rebuild the human race, and then y'all can come upstairs when you're ready. And then something went wrong with that. I thought that's kind of where we were going. Is your characterization of enduring victory is useless? Sobeck explained that their sacrifice is critical. Cool. I understand that for the whole of humanity, that Project Enduring Victory was important. We couldn't do Zero Dawn without it. I'm thinking of the perspective of someone with boots on the ground. They were told that if they fight, that they could save humanity and things would go back to normal. And the assumption, not even the assumption, the lie that was fed to them was that it would be with if they could survive it, that it would be with the people that they were currently with. They would be able to go back to their husbands and their wives and their children and their grandparents and their friends, outside of those who died, right, in the battle. When that was never the case. So from that person's perspective, they go, oh, so my sacrifice is useless. Because what you're saying is this is the end of all humanity as we know it. Not a single one of us will survive. Like, I don't know these kids. They're like, oh, we'll birth humanity in a few hundred years. I don't know them. I don't care about them. I'm not so magnanimous. That's not my humanity. I want my humanity. That's their humanity. You're telling me that my humanity is ending? That's horrifying. I think if they just told people, like, yeah, no, like, everyone will go out there. Everyone will die, but we'll, like, build a new humanity after you're dead. It definitely wouldn't have sold, which is why they lied, because they knew it wouldn't have sold. So I do think from someone whose boots are on the ground, it is useless. I would classify it as useless. Because there's like saying like, so basically the world is ending no matter what. Like the world as we know it. And it's weird. It's interesting that I don't feel like the distinction usually needs to be made when you say the world is ending. But it really is in this game. The world as we know it is ending. Because like this, I don't know. I think you have to really have the highest minds of the world. Even then, I can't even imagine convincing someone. They even say, like, watch out for self-harm. I can see that because I just don't think I would have it in me to be like, I'm working towards something that I will never see. My friends will never see. My husband will never see. My child will never see. I'm working to build up a humanity that I will never know. I don't think I could do it. I wonder what they say to convince these people to do it, because they do it. Clearly something went wrong, but they did it. Or are people, would you grasp on to this? Would it still feel like hope? I guess I was kind of surprised. I thought Zero Dawn would feel a little bit more like hope. And Sobeck presents it in a really, really good way. But like the lingering feeling after hearing it is more like dread. I don't feel hope at the end of that speech that we just got. You know? You know? From my POV, it's irrelevant whether it's day 1 or 200 years. If humanity is absent, it's like we're in limbo and waiting history. Yeah, right. Whether or not you think that's important, I just think it's interesting that the point that I brought up, the timeline, is things are not going as specifically according to plan, or it seems that way. So I want to find what went wrong, right? We're not on the timeline that was given, projected, so something went wrong. Does humanity deserve a chance after what they did? Yeah, it's not like humanity all came together to do what Ted Faro did, you know? Like, I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. That's where I'm at right now. I actually felt hopeful after her speech. Find that really interesting, Eldor. Zero Dawn is hope, but not the way that people want it, sadly. Not for the present, but for the future. It really is just like I guess it's just like you were holding on to a shred that they were going to tell you that, like, we could pull through. But what they're saying is we can't. I agree. But, and that's like the bigger picture. That is the bigger picture. But I guess the thing is, I don't feel, if I was the one watching this, right? I don't feel hope for me. I feel a sense of mourning. You know? Because I feel like what you're hoping when you hear Project Zero Dawn and like I brought you to do, we have a solution, right? You're not thinking about a solution for the future of life. You're thinking about a solution for humanity now. And what they're essentially saying is it's not that. There is none for that. I feel a sense of duty. I think that's where people might differ. Because we're all obviously not the same. Some of us would hear this and be like, I have to do this. And I wonder if some people would hear it and not be able to overcome that grief. It depends on the person. Because that's a huge point of grief. You know? One that I couldn't even blame someone for. Like the reality of there being no more solutions, like something impossible for us as humans to really comprehend. Right? Like how do you even comprehend that? Really? Like deep within you that like humanity is actually going to cease to exist as we know it. Also, in a way, this is also still a gamble. We've never done anything like this before. We don't know if it'll work. We don't know if we have enough time. It's also not humanity's being threatened. It's all life on Earth. Also true. But if maybe I'm just a selfish person. I'm like, y'all are thinking so magnanimous, like, but life on Earth. And I'm like, y'all aren't thinking about your own kids? Like, if you're just like, no, yeah, you and your, like, daughter are gonna die, but, like, you could save the Earth. And I'm like, you'd have to sedate me. You would have to sedate me because the way I would start swinging, screaming, crying, like, that doesn't sound like good news to me, you know? Like, sure, yeah, Earth, there's a possibility of life, the future, and everything, but, like, literally sedate me because I'm going to lose it. Even, like, as it's, like, sinking in now, I'm just, like, my brain goes, like, the audacity of you to be like, but it's good news because because the future of humanity and the Earth, and we, you know, like, we could regrow it. There could be a future. I'm just like, you're telling me, me and mine, my kids, there's no hope for my children? Like, I don't know. I think, to be honest, y'all aren't giving yourself enough room to think about how you would genuinely react in the moment. Because you're just like, well, yeah, you're going to die anyway. There's nothing you can do to stop that. You can do something to ensure life on Earth continues to exist, that humanity is ultimately responsible for the extinction of all known life. I agree with you. I'm just saying this is not where I am at immediately. I feel like the idea that, like, I would, like, immediately be there, or even in a few, that, you know, maybe I'm really in, like, the now of, like, in front of listening to this information from Elisabet, and y'all are like, well, like, going forward, right? I'm like, yeah, for sure. I would have a panic attack and I would pass out, and I would start screaming and kicking and, like, throwing myself against the wall and need to be sedated. And I'd be like, send me back to my family. Bring my family here. My husband's on the front lines. You're telling me this is all for nothing? Get me out of this place. If I'm going to die, I want to be with my family. Like, you're giving up so much. And I know, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. Really. What is a single life in the face of all known life on Earth? It's nothing. It's nothing, really. It's why we talk about sacrifices all the time. I'm just like, yeah, maybe I'm coming from a place of having, some of y'all played this game when it came out, right? So like you've had time to kind of process it. I'm like, am I going through the 5 stages of grief right now? Like by proxy? Is that what's happening? I like feel genuinely upset. I'm so angry. I was like really shocked. And then I was like, no, that's cool. No, this is fine. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it doesn't. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm really sad. I'm really sad. I want to cry. Now I'm upset. Now I'm angry. No, now I'm going to kill myself. What's going on? Like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know what I was expecting to hear, but it wasn't that, and it didn't make me feel like, it didn't make me feel good. It didn't make me feel good. Like, I'm hearing the arguments, and I'm like, no, yeah, you're making valid points. You're making valid points. But it's not absorbing yet. It's bouncing off. It's bouncing off the upset, the grief right now. Yeah, but shouldn't we rethink it as you'll be dead before your children are born? We can give them a future. That makes it worth it, I think. No! It's still different as a mom with children. Because what you want me to be like, yeah, the children you have now will be dead. But there will be children in the future that you'll give a future. You want me to prioritize my hypothetical children over the children I have now? Not even prioritize, but like you want me to think of them over. I just can't do it. I'm not magnanimous enough. Like, I'm just like, but there's nothing. I think eventually, after having a panic attack for however long as I'm currently having right now, I'm like spiraling. And this is not even real. I can't imagine the level of spiraling you experience if this is actually real for you, right? I probably would eventually help because, like, I'd probably just land at the thing of, well, what else is there to do? Nothing. If nobody can do this but me, and there's nothing else for me to do, I guess I'll just do this. I can't imagine the emotional and mental place you would have to land at, like what you would have to get through to land here. This is devastating. Devastating. See, this is right here is what makes this game excellent in the writing. You as a person have to decide what is the right thing to do. Your own perspective of morality affects how you interact with the game. It's true. I think it also, what your life currently is, who you are as a person, what you identify as. Also affects it. I think it also affects it. I don't know like everyone's story in chat, right? But I think you might interact with this game differently as a single person than as a mother or as a father. Because if the thing was, if you go out there and you fight, you might die, but you can save your children. Your children would live to create the future. I know for a fact that I would do it. Zero hesitation. If you don't go, your children will die. And if you do go, you'll save your kids. I would go. I would pay you to let me go. But if you told me, go out there and fight, and if you don't fight, you and your kids will die. And if you do fight, you and your kids will die. that's where my priorities start to run into how do I spend this time with my kids? It's the moral conundrum that comes up in this game is crazy. It's just, wow, so many people in this world still don't accept that they're come to accept their own morality. I know, right? Just, it's crazy. This is why counseling training is here, because it takes time to process all of this into a final decision. You're literally in the chair of these characters getting this news and just sitting in a room reasoning all of this. Just reasoning all of it. And then we're on such a tight timeline, right? 16 months. We have all experienced traumatic things that are, I would like to say, probably infinitely less traumatizing than the ending of the human race and all life on Earth. And if any of you are in therapy, which I highly recommend because I'm in it, you know how long it can take to overcome a traumatic event. Months, if not years of work, right? And yet the most traumatic thing that could ever happen to you, you're sitting here in this chair having to come to terms with the fact that your loved ones and yourself will die within 16 months, if not sooner. Because that 16 months is when everything's going to be eaten and gone. Life will not even be inhabitable. So probably way sooner than 16 months. Or if you don't get killed from whatever's happening to the Earth, you would get turned into a human smoothie in a horrifying, painful, terrifying situation, right? But you need to get it together and help create the possibility of a future. Like, what can they give you at most? A day? If that? You don't have time. There is no time to process any of this. You just have to do. Crazy. It was already do or die time, and do I do or time might be more accurate, but do and die, right? The lack of sensitivity from the counselors. We don't have time to babysit your emotions, right? Like, they just don't have time. It's so sad, too, because you're like, well, who's the counselor's counselor? Who's the counselor's counselor? That must be hard for them, too. They're having to run into these people who are having meltdowns every day, and they're also probably upset. They're human. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is all horrible. This is all so horrible. I hate Ted. I actually feel like I want to cry. My goodness. Yeah, it does. It is really scary, Kieran. Yeah. We're functional enough to work on Zero Dawn and not dissociate to the moon and back, right? Just... In a way, Amaz, but like we already saw some of like the... No, it's okay, Toon Boy. I'll just push through. But we already saw that a lot of families, because they were using civilians and military, were ripped apart during victory, and they would never know if or when, well, if and when their loved one passed. But like these people were on the front lines, civilians and military and bounty hunter and anybody that they could recruit alike, with the hopes that they could do what needed to be done to save the families that they left back home. And so many people died never knowing they died thinking that maybe their sacrifice would save their loved ones, and they never knew that that was never going to be the case. That's crazy. That's upsetting. I mean, the whole thing is upsetting. The whole thing is unreasonable. There were things that needed to be done, but man, just like thinking of all of the various angles of all of this, like, Yeah, maybe it's better they didn't know. Like, I have way too much empathy. But can you imagine, like, being on the front lines with, like, machines bearing down on you and people screaming and getting, like, thrown into essentially grinders, and they're just, you watching people being devoured in front of you, and you knowing that there was nowhere to run and that you were going to be next, and you might just be thinking, like, as long as my wife can live. As long as my wife can live, as long as my wife can live, as long as my wife can live. It was just never going to be that. Maybe I'm thinking too much about this, or maybe I'm thinking the right amount for what the devs were hoping for, but I feel horrified in a lot of ways that I've never really felt horrified before. From a lot of different angles, because it's also like, how do you balance this level of horror of the situation with the duty? And stay sane enough to work on Project Zero Dawn. These people were essentially kidnapped from their families, and to stay and agree to work on this, they know that they're never going to see them again. Wow. Wow. Let's open the door. I would say, what else could they possibly say to upset me more? But I have a feeling I'm going to be more upset. I just got a feeling. I think the reason a lot of us say, I hate Ted. I'm okay. I'm just like, it's a lot to absorb. As someone who's never played but trust you, thank you, Liz. I think it's just the way humanity is that it's easy to point a finger at one person, because what else do you do? When they've told you that there's nothing you can do, what do you do? All right. Okay. Oh, this is a long one, y'all. Buckle up. Here we go. Text data point. Make your selection. We're in processing now. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn. Classified far above top secret. As such, we regret to inform you that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. 1. Participation. You will be assigned a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult, and the project's outcome is uncertain. The lies ended at the door for sure. They're not even sugarcoating it. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week. and your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. I have a theory about that, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to invite you guys to accidentally tell me more than you should. So I'll hold off on that one. Number 2, second option, doesn't sound good already. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible. But you will not be permitted contact with the outside world. And death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. So, confinement, and then they're like, when all life on Earth is destroyed, we'll let you go. And you can't talk to anybody, but we'll try and make it comfy. I mean, between those two, that answers some of my earlier questions of maniacal questions of why would I do this? Okay, if I choose to stay alive, that option 1 is, if anything, the glaring part of option 1 is I can bring my family with me. If I participate, I can protect my family. For me, that's like, say less. Okay, family. I'm going to do the option with my family. Or, number 3, medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have any further questions. Low-key, I kind of feel like y'all were gaslighting me, because the fact that they included an option to end your life means that they knew that there were going to be people who were going to react like me, where it's like, well, what's the point of living then if there's no hope? Because you're like, well, hope is like the future. That's a nice sentiment, but I can see a large amount of people not feeling that way about it. I definitely can see a very admirable amount of people feeling that way, and we need those people. But I think me choosing to participate in number 1 is less about, at least for me, again, this is my perspective, I think that I would pick number 1. Because I wouldn't want to be confined and not able to talk to any of my loved ones for the rest of the earth. 16 months, right? That's stupid. I wouldn't do that. I would probably lose a lot of will to live. But as a parent, again, me, I could never pick 3 while my family was still out there. Just couldn't do it. I couldn't leave while my kids were still here. So I think that I would pick 1 less because I felt a sense of hope or even duty. Maybe I do, but I think above that I could bring even if just for a little bit. They said the rest of our life, like there will be an area for us to live out our lives. I'd have extra, it gives you basically the promise of extra time to live out your life with your family. You know? Obviously there's Zero Dawn could fail, right? But like it's the only option that even mentions my family. I think I would pick this one. I think I would pick this one. Out of all of the horrible options. And I feel like they know that. I wonder if there's any data points on how many people picked which option. I also imagine that some people needed to take 48 hours to think about it, I wonder. Because some people would still be quite hysterical. Help us save the world, die, or be locked up. But then you've got to deal with the grumpy folks. Be great. Yeah, it's just... Wow, I can imagine most people would pick 1 or 3, though. Yeah, I just... Wow. Okay, next one. Counselor Guidelines 2. Okay. Counselor Guidelines. For debriefing after Presentation 2, which we just saw from Elisabet Sobeck. It is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion, and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Without value judgment, it's really hard to do. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection. Validate such objections as normal and even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, a candidate may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect the ethical misgivings toward greater commitment to the project. Interesting. I love the different perspectives because now I'm just like, should I have thought about the fact that me giving myself and my family a chance to live beyond the rest of humanity? It didn't even occur to me that that would be unfair. Didn't even scratch the cerebral. Nothing. I didn't even consider the fairness of that. I don't know if that makes me selfish or just a mom. I don't know. I don't care if it's selfish, actually. I wouldn't in that moment. What else do you have left to be? Wow, this is crazy. I like flip-flop between thinking I'm a bad person and that I'm just a regular person. And then, like, am I a hero? Do I want to be a hero? Could I be a hero? So many feelings in this game. Okay. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobeck's presentation as many times as they wish and allow access to supplemental articles G01 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process this documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against his or her will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse the decision, after which the decision, data corrupted. Wow. Yeah, I guess when you have something to fight for, it just makes you human. This game really makes you think about what kind of person you would be when the stakes were this high. Clips type content can make you feel that way, but this is more than I've really ever experienced. You know? Interview with Brad.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobeck, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom? I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
That's a really interesting perspective. So someone that worked on machines, a developer, views this opportunity as atonement. He feels that if he participates and they succeed, that he's atoned, that he's somehow washed away of the sin of helping create this. That's really interesting. Wow. They're really just putting all kinds of perspectives in here, huh? I don't like this room. Oh no. Interview, Suzanne, okay.
If you're still nauseous. No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobeck's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
That's our first one. Didn't feel like hope to her. Didn't feel like hope to her. Even the promise of being able to live out her life longer felt like a punishment. Being trapped underground with a bunch of people to just die eventually. But I can see where she's coming from as someone who doesn't have family. That she's just like, no, I'm just not going to do this. If this is my fate, then I would just end it now. Wow. Okay. One has agreed. One has gone for option. So one option 1 and one option 3. Here's Ron.
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss...
This is the guy that was mad.
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project.
This guy.
But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobeck is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What are you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Ah, I'm going to assume that that's an option 2. Because I was like, who would choose option 2? No one would choose option 2. But they're not going to medically euthanize someone that doesn't opt into being medically euthanized. So, if you don't want to participate, but you don't want to be medically euthanized, then option 2. Got it. Then they just confine you. I was like, great. So no one's choosing option 2. It's if you don't want to die, but you don't want to help. Got it. I see. So that's an option 2 we just heard. He's like, I'm going to leave. You can't leave. You can't stop me. And they're like, yes, we can. And we actually wrote it down here that we would stop you. Okay.
Alert. Medical wing inaccessible.
It's giving you and what army, and then they show you their army, right? Okay. Got it. They said that they will not be medically euthanizing anyone who does not consent to it, Bionic. But I mean, they're basically saying you're going to die in 16 months anyway. We're just going to hold you until... We're going to hold you here, and then we're going to abandon the facility to go to Elysium. What I wondered then is, would anybody make it that far? How long would you be in option 2 before you chose to be medically euthanized instead? Because if you were stuck in option 2, say for 3, 4, 5 months, right? You already can't go back to participating, right? So your choices are to wait until they abandon you in the facility at the end of the world, or to medically euthanize. I feel like eventually people that were in option 2 would choose option 3. Eventually. Which you could make an argument for that that's not necessarily consent. It feels a little bit like coercion. Coercion light. Right? They're like, we won't kill you, but we will leave you here. You know? It actually says, Val, that it's not an option. If you refuse, you get 48 hours to consider it. And after the 48 hours, if you still refuse, that is your final refusal. You don't get to rescind your refusal after that. So like if you decided after however many months that this was not it and you wanted to, you can't anymore. So your options are now be abandoned to then become one of the latest smoothies. Also, to even like... Right, I'm like, also like... Not only would you just be like left to die because... Like they would basically... They'd unlock the door and then they would abandon you, right? So like what? You're supposed to go out into the world that has essentially ended. You would get to witness the end of the world as you know it. You would leave the facility and you would get to see what the end of the world looked like, and then you would be killed. Or you can have them medically euthanize you before they let you out. I think people would choose to do that personally, but I don't know. Shackles. Lovely. Found some shackles. I don't even know, like, what you'd really have time to see. Like how fast it would be before you got eaten, you know? They don't want people to harm the project. Right, they don't want anyone to harm the project or to hurt anybody, you know? Like... Oh, just visual. Or is it? Oh, no, I can go. I'm gonna go back, though, before I go in there. There was definitely more that I've missed. Exactly, Waltz. Exactly, for everyone. They need people that are super gung-ho about it. Let's see if we can find more. We have found 1 participation, 1 euthanasia. Ah, no, that's definitely the way forward, but I don't want to go there yet. 1 participation, 1 euthanasia, and 1 confinement. For how long, we don't know. Okay. Alright, let's just look in here real quick. Nothing in here. At least not yet. Alright, let's go. But what I really am interested about, what I find really interesting about the game, just from chatting back and forth with y'all, is how the choice that each of us might have made feels like the only option to us. The only correct option. Like some of you, I mean, you played the game, so like there's an idea. Some of y'all are like, number 1, I would help, of course. I have a sense of duty, right? And I'm just like, you want me to spend the last remaining part of my life, like, on this gamble? On this gamble. Like, so like, it's just interesting to see that there were a variety of people and how they reacted. Also, that Dr. Sobeck predicted all of the various main reactions and gave them 3 outs, 3 options. Like, she was like, people are either gonna want to participate, not want to participate, but we can't let them leave because it's a secret, or want to die. And we should offer them the ability to do that because we need to control how they die so we can keep a secret. Like, this woman is terrifyingly intelligent. Terrifying.
Intruder! Get her!
What the?
Whatever you do, don't die now.
What the? Just... What the?
Son, guide this to my foot.
Yep, they found me. All right. Just hear him in there. What the heck? I'm in such an introspective mindset, and they're like, all of a sudden, they're like, battle! And I'm like, no, what? What? That one is my main issue. Oof. Can I get him to come over here? Yikes. Can you guys, like... I can't see through these walls. This is insane. Okay. Oh my god. Ah, frick. Alright, YOLO. Just... Not being able to see through here is very annoying. Alright, let's see. Ah, he's back there. Interesting. Okay. He's there. God, 3 heavies? Are you joking? I do not have time for this. I mean, I guess I do. But, like, I'm busy. I'm interested in what's happening here. Okay. Can I do, like, a little ooh, rope caster?
Bleed before the sun.
Ooh. Ah. Okay, hold on.
Don't let up.
Let this deliver the
Ooh.
final blow.
He saw me. Oh, hold on. Let me switch. Is he moving? Oh. Ah! Gosh darn it. Nah. Shoot.
Power's down.
Is there another
Girl. Girl, where are we going? Girl, where are we going?
Grant me victory.
Girl, where are we going? I'm dizzy. Oh my God. Oh, thank God. And I'm dead. I know, I only have 15 minutes. Oh my God. Did I technically still get... Did I get to keep all of this? Did I get to keep all of this? Do I have to look at it again? No, okay, I have it. Okay. Okay.
Keep that for later.
All right.
Intruder! Get her!
Whatever you do, don't die now.
Guide them. Kill me. Not yet.
Oop, too late.
Fight, and let Shadow decide your fate. You provoke the sun's rage. The word of Shadow.
Not him standing right behind it. This butthead. Standing right behind it like some sort of butthole. There we go. I'm so mad! The way that the critical hit goes away. The critical hit went away when I hit it. Girl. Come on, dude. The hit's so hard, I can't really be up on him like that. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna try and actually have a chance at this, girl. Where'd he go? Oh, he's right there. Okay. Oh, I know, so many things to like run. There's no places to run. Take that. All right. Come on back this way.
Pierce my foe.
Oh my God. He keeps walking right up to it. I'm actually sick. I can't stand this man. Shut up. Was he talking? Oh my God. That was a bad one. Okay. Now let's see if there is another tunnel. There's so much lore. I want to get out here. Oh, wait.
Now this thing is dangerous.
To destroy the unfaithful!
Oops. Not how you use it, Jahara. How do I use it? Nope. I'm still dying. I'm not good at it. Okay. I'm not good at it. Here we go. At least he's on fire.
In Elisabet's name! Trip me! Got me! Trip me! What else you got? What else you got?
All right. Okay. Whew. He kept asking me what else I had, so. You know?
Grant me victory.
Let's sneak up on him. Oh, he doesn't even know I'm here now. Oh. Yes, he does.
Power's down.
Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just need my focus.
Got him. Thank God I have that that reload. All right. Anyway, I need to leave because the stream's gonna be over soon. We're not gonna make it all the way through here, unfortunately. Okay, we made it. Nope, nope. We can drop that. All right, let's put that down. Right, can you put it? Right, okay. Well, I guess we're holding it now. All of a sudden, now it's so easy to carry. Oh, right? Okay. Can you? There we go. Okay. All right. Let's start from the beginning because I want to get my lore. All right. So we were here. We were on the other side. Let's start with lore. Hold on. Let me make sure that I have enough. Okay, cool. All right. Lore here. Log. Christina Suive. Oh, okay.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sobeck? Christina Sobeck?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Interesting perspective.
These will keep.
Thinking of it as art. Okay. Okay. Lots of perspective one could have. Oh, thank God for all of those. Okay. Let's see. What's next? Travis Tate.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
I actually assume that she said, I assume you intend to decline, is because I wouldn't want to live in Elysium knowing that you were going to be there. Also, I think a couple of y'all said that he's your spirit animal. Are you okay? I don't like this man, actually. He's giving Predator, actually. But okay. Okay. She's like, yeah, I'm just like hoping that you don't agree. Please don't agree. Please don't agree. What, you know, we could confine you. Let's confine him. I think we should confine him. He has a certain perspective. Okay. Okay. I didn't think he would decline. He doesn't seem nearly as bothered by all of this as the average person would be, but I'm not happy about it. Okay. Okay, so we found Travis. We found... we haven't found the captains. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, I need to find the captains. I assume the captain would have agreed. Here's one. Here's Tom.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was.
I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
Tom said he'll do it, but he doesn't want to go to Elysium. He doesn't think it's a good idea, but he doesn't think there are any other ideas, so he said, okay. That's definitely a perspective to have. I'm still missing the captains. What room? Let me see. I was running around trying not to die earlier, so I might have scanned it on accident. Let's check. Okay, so we got the second interview with Dr. Suive. She agreed. She said it's like art. It's like art. Okay. We got Brad. Brad thinks we're kooks, and I think Brad's getting locked up. So we got Suzanne. Suzanne chose, she doesn't believe in it. She chose option 3. Oh, actually, hold on. No, this guy got, okay. Ron got detained. Brad is the researcher from before. He's going to do it. Okay. So Dr. Suive, she'll do it. Brad will do it. Suzanne opted out. Ron is being detained. Tom is going to do it, but he not for the reward he gets at the end. He doesn't think it's a reward. Oh, then here's Christina's, we learned. Okay, and then Travis unfortunately said that he'll do it. Okay, so we're missing just one. Just one. Ah, we're missing power to the door. Oh, actually, have I gone down here? I don't think so. I'm always a bit more cautious every time there's a battle. I'm like, what have I missed? Okay. I'm gonna at least see if I can find...
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Alright, let me do this, because I cannot start the next thing. Side, upside down, other side. We did do 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 ba ba. Be getting the directions wrong. Okay.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
I low-key don't want to open this door because... Oh, another one. We found it. Please be the captains.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay?
Okay,
Somehow,
never
he
mind.
managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
There's a part missing.
Up, side,
There's a storage area nearby.
down, other side, up. Ah. I see. We're missing actual pieces. Okay. In that case, I'm not gonna make it through today. Me being like, oh yeah, this is all well and good. Where's the last person's audio? That probably opened this door, though. But okay. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave it here. I can't save, so I just have to not leave this game. Which I think is doable. I just have to, like, not touch it until Thursday. It's a really long mission, especially if you take the time to, like, talk through it and, like, react to it. But that was really good. I actually was really tired today since I pushed through and didn't have my usual break. So it was nice to play, just get to, like, listen and read for all of this. Like, wow, that was crazy. I hope y'all enjoyed the discussion about it. Wow. Leave the game over for 2 days? That's wild. Yeah, I do it all the time. I do it all the time because I don't play any other games on my PlayStation, and it's my job. So this actually, PlayStation's in my office, and the PlayStation that my family uses to play games, we have a different PlayStation for that. So there's no reason for anyone to touch it. No reason. It'll just sit in the, it'll just power down. I'll put it to sleep and it'll power down in here, you know? Don't we trust an autosave? There is also the autosave, so we wouldn't get sent back that far. This is what suspend mode was made for, y'all. Yay! So it'll be fine. I mean, I left it on last time, before, so. A lot of discussions. It's a morbidly beautiful game. Sometimes it is. Shouldn't PS5 has a resume function if you turn it off? I know Xbox does. Yeah, something like that. Like, it's never been a problem. It hasn't been an issue. So, it hasn't been an issue. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're playing Pokemon Violet. It's a half day for me. So I'll just see y'all in the morning for some Pokemon Violet. And then I'll see you on Thursday for some not Time Stranger. Oh my gosh. Cyber Sleuth. And then some more Horizon Zero Dawn. And then Friday is the birthday stream. And then also Summer Games Fest. And then I will be off from June 6th to the 15th. I will be gone. Not entirely off. I actually have some out-of-town business I have to do. And some other recordings and things like that. But I will be not streaming for the week once my birthday hits. So I'll see y'all tomorrow for some Violet. Thanks for always hanging out with me. I know what Project Zero Dawn is, and I don't actually feel a sense of relief. I just feel sad. Oh, this game. Okay. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye. Talk